What is up, folks? Briston Gaming here with another episode of 7 Days to Die Mods Weekly. And it's a short one this week, but as you see, we have some foodstuffs here, and this is for our first mod. This is the Dragon's Food and Drink Recipe by Dragon GJ. It is a super fun little mod that adds in a lot of different food stuff for early and late game. And the reason the author created this mod is blueberries don't have a usage except blueberry pie. Now they have blueberry juice smoothie, and a super blueberry pie. And then it adds in more use for pumpkins, pumpkin tea, whole bunch of different pumpkin stews. And as you see the values on these, this about on par with just the normal meat stew. Pretty on par. But then you take a look at the super version, look at that health, water, stamina, food, all of that. One of these is enough to almost fill you up. These things are super good for late game. They're good for PvE and PvP. The cool thing about PvP is you use these on a PvP server. It really makes Carl's Corn kind of a grab up who's going to get there first. Creates a lot of interaction. And how you craft most of these super recipes is with pumpkin spice. You can either get pumpkin spice through just grounding down pumpkins, or get it from the traders or as rare loot. And we're going to jump over to the next mod, but before we do, I want to take a second to ask, if you like the content, go ahead, like and subscribe, as it does help out the channel a bunch. So our next mod today is White River Tools of Citizenship by Shoden Kelferes, I believe that's how you pronounce it. So how it starts is, once you get to the trader at the beginning of the game, you do have to start a new game with this. You can't use this on a previous save. After you get to the trader, though, it's going to give you this quest here. Craft a declaration of citizenship. So you go ahead, have a piece of paper, craft it up, go ahead, and you read. It tells you to kill 10 zombies. And as you see, all my adoring fans here feel bad for them. We're going to go ahead, we're going to snap out these 10 ladies. Okay, now that we have those ladies killed, next part of the quest is come over here and talk to the trader. So we're going to come up here, we're going to talk to the trader.
You need, just say
and then that's how you start it. You see it gave us sealed citizen crate and a reward card. We're going to go ahead and look at this here reward card. And these are quests that you can take with your reward cards to go get really cool weapons and armor. Okay, now that we go ahead, we've got the reward there. What we're going to do is we're going to pop up and we're going to type in Bambi's bow, because that was one of the rewards. And this is the compound bow. It's a pretty nice little bow. It's got decent durability, decent damage. We're going to go ahead and we're going to see what other kind of stuff. We can get, we can do the Leon's, let's try that. Take a look at Leon's SMG. Pretty decent SMG. I don't have ammo, but it's a pretty decent SMG all around. And you can add a modifier or two to it. So it's pretty nice. These are slightly stronger than the vanilla versions, so they're not super powerful, but it does add a good bit to the game, gives you some extra quests to do. There is only one thing I don't like, is that you can have multiples of these at one time, or you can craft a whole bunch of these and basically just do the 10 zombies at a time to get infinite rewards, which is kind of breaking, I think, but I think the mod author did a really good job with this mod. And with that, we're going to move on to the next one. Alright, so our next mod is the Zombie Loot Bag Increases, again by Sheldon Kelferes, and it's actually a really cool little mod that makes zombies have a slight higher chance of dropping bags, but the bags also last longer. Now, on all these normal zombies here, they have a 20% chance to drop extra bags. So you're not going to get every single time, it's not 1 out of 3, it's just a slight increase. But they do last around for 15 minutes. And then over here on all the ferals, it's up to 30%. we're gonna go ahead and see a few extra. Now, a lot of people on the vanilla version, when they see these, there's not a whole lot of these. It takes a bit to get them to spawn. And then the radiated has an even higher version, a higher chance to spawn more. Which, you're not going to get them all the time, but you do get more. And they stick around for a long time. So it really helps on Horde Night when you're sitting here doing this and you've got, you know, a 20 to 25 and 30% chance of getting extra loot bags that are going to last around for 15 to 20 minutes. So if you've got a, you know, a big base set up with traps where you actually have like a loot room down below where you can actually get down and loot these bags, they could stay there for a while. It really does, you know, it makes them last a lot longer. And then if you're being chased by a horde, hey, you have a chance of, you know, shooting them, running around, run up, loot real quick, grab some stuff, and run away. So it helps a lot. And with that, we're going to move on to the next mod. Kin's server-side zombies. As you see, we have a Banshee, we have a Bomber, we have a Cowhead, we have a Geist, we have two different sorts of Juggernauts. We have a Spirit Juggernaut, we have this cool looking little Mantis guy here, this creepy looking parasite thing, awesome freaking looking zombie scarecrow, dude looks like the Undertaker. We have whatever the world this thing is called the Wendigo. We have a wrestler guy here who just looks creepy. We have what's called the Archon, or Archon, however you want to pronounce it. And then we have this dude here, the Zombie Scorcher. And then we have this siren here, cool little speakers, and the voices you actually hear from the speakers there are actually like vanilla sounds inside the game. And then we have this little psycho guy here with like, is that a wrench or a saw of a saw and a hook? And these guys drop loot bags a whole bunch of the times, and they give a ton of experience points. No, you guys saw me go up a couple levels there. But these things are cool because they don't spawn through Screamer Hordes, and they only come in during Blood Moon Horde, and they only have to be done on server side. So like if you're renting a server, you can put it on there. The people who play on it don't have to have it. Or if you're just playing with some friends and you're the one hosting it, you can have that mod installed and you can have those zombies. Oop, wrong button. We're going to go ahead and I'll show you guys. We'll spawn in a bunch of Banshees here. You can sit there and have these guys set up on a Horde Night. Look at that. Each one drop loot bags. You can have these things set up on your server, and then come a Horde Night, they'll spawn in. And yeah, they'll do some damage and stuff, and these Banshees are annoying because they do put a debuff, makes your screen shake and stuff like that. But it is a really cool way to tweak out your gameplay. And with that, we're going to head into our last mod. Okay, folks, so our last mod of the day is the War3zuk all-in-one overhaul. There is a standalone version, which is just a few mods and stuff that War3zuk has done, but this is the all-in-one. It greatly changes up how the game plays. As you see here, this is just the launcher screen, and it changes up how the game looks. So what you do, you come in, you do a new game. We're going to do random world. We're going to say, just because this one is one that I know, little seed. You start your world, and you go ahead and hit start, and then it builds the world, and it takes in something like 8,000 prefabs or something that War3zuk has done. It adds in a ton of stuff, and we will actually come back once the world has been generated. Okay, so once you load into the game, you got the map built and everything, this is what you see. Kind of explains some of the changes. Like now, instead of doing the full-on normal craft a stone axe and all that good stuff, now it just has you craft a bedroll, and then once you craft the bedroll, like it says there, place bedroll. So once it goes ahead and crafts, we're gonna, and then now it tells us to go to the trader. But now you have to take a look at this. This actually lets you select a beginning class. You have bruiser, builder, all these different classes here that you can select from. I'm going to go with rifleman. And then open, and it gives you a handful of items. So I got a bat I can use, hunting rifle schematic, an actual hunting rifle, a 44. So it actually gives you some decent stuff. You see a repair kit. Now this is the cool thing, is there's actually different repair kits for different weapons. You see that there's a hunting rifle repair kit for the hunting rifle, a handgun repair kit for the handgun, a general repair kit for the bat. And you can see how big the bag is. It's pretty neat. One of those little notes that I breezed over because I don't want to take too much time actually tells you how to unlock all the rest of these. There's little items that you'll find scattered around in between trash bags, dumpsters, stuff like that, that actually let you open these up. But you see where the trader is. We will be right back when we get to the trader. Okay, so right now you see we are in front of one of the traders. Now this is what's kind of cool about the War3zuk mod, is you see there's actually 4 different traders in this little area here. And it's not quite the same as what you'd expect. Instead of it having a normal open area with one little trader in a building, you now have this little hut here that you can kind of hang out in and do stuff. But it's also open here. Zombies can jump across this gap, come in here and fight. So not every trader place is exactly the same as this, but it's kind of cool. And you see these spiders over here fighting. It adds big spiders in that aren't in the normal game. Those are part of the community creature pack though. This is its own new little prefab. This is a cool looking house that you could easily turn into a survivor base that looks really cool, honestly. And then you have this awesome looking building over here that you could turn into something if you wanted to. But this thing adds a ton of prefabs. It adds a whole bunch of different stuff. You actually have little resource nodes here. It greatly changes how much the game, or how the game is played. So it's definitely a mod that if you're looking for something to completely revamp the base game, this is the mod for you. I highly recommend it. And with that, folks, we're going to go ahead and call it. So, and remember, if you had fun, if you enjoyed it, go ahead, like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, have fun, and we will see you next time.